Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm April Martinez.
And I'm Paul Lopez.
And good morning to you. It's a chilly Thursday. I love it. I love it.
April Christmas,
I feel the weather changing.
I feel like Santa done the take out the clothes on the bottom of the barrel. Dust that off, send Mrs. Claus. That time for we get back in action.
You know we don't have seasons, right?
Yeah.
We don't have 4 seasons, but you know that times are changing when you start to feel the temperature drop just a little bit, just enough. I saw John running this morning and I said this is the perfect weather to go out and to exercise and to get to try to take out that sweat because you feel cool afterwards. So it's really, really nice. But we did get a notice from the Met Service last night that there would be a cold front, that we would be experiencing that, and of course we're going to get more of an update later on this morning.
Well, me, I look forward to see my people come out and bring out their jacket.
And
their sweater, because you know how we do it.
This is hoodie weather for Belizeans.
Yeah, hoodie weather, but you know, sometimes you got the old school people, you got the, what you call it, crochet, the knitted one, then just they wait for this weather come out when they bring that
It's
out.
like a love-hate relationship, right? Because it's cold that you want to put something over, but it's not so cold that you need a wool sweater or something like that. But people are putting it on. Hot. Hot. But you know, it's nice to know that the times are changing. We're already it's already almost the end of October, people, and time, I don't know about you, but I feel like time is just going. Just the other day, it was the start of the new school semester, and it's almost ending.
We were looking towards September and on the September celebration. 2 months has passed since then. I'm not sure if you're aware, but 2 months has passed since then, and now we're heading into November, December, and before you know it,
January.
we are over with 2023.
It's a strange feeling. I don't know if time is just going fast or I'm doing so much that I'm not stopping to smell the roses, is as cliche as that sounds.
You're busy, April. You're busy and you don't have time to look at things that normal people look at, like smelling the roses and looking at the sun. You wake up and by the time you look around, that's done night and a time for
that
sleep.
That is absolutely true, but I feel like that is how your day is scheduled as well.
Yeah, well, it's just a part of the job, right? It's
called adulthood and it's called having a job, and of course, speaking of jobs.
Oh, that's a good one, April.
Thank you. You know, one of the things that we were discussing, what we wanted to discuss this morning and so forth, and keeping in line with the news, last weekend we had the 22nd commencement exercise from the University of Belize, right? And we did discuss, we touched on some key points, Asani and I, you know, we mentioned the honorary doctorates and so forth, but it didn't dawn on anybody, well, for a majority of the public, 1,065 students graduated. 1,065 students are out now in the world, in Belizean society, hoping, trying to attain a job. And one of the things that we don't discuss in a university setting, not by my standards anyways, is what happens when you're done. What happens when it's over? How do you prepare to get into the workforce or to get into life and adulthood after school? Paul, I mean, I don't know about you, but if you are thinking about the average person that starts school from preschool and goes through school all the way to a bachelor's degree, they have no idea what life is like outside of that realm of academics. They have no idea what the world has in store for them outside of school, you know, and I don't know if that is something that, I don't know if we've done a disservice to our youths by holding back from them what the real world actually has to offer, because employment rate in Belize is not at an all-time high. It's better than what it used to be, but you know, 1,065 students, what are the chances that all of them are going to get a job in their fields here in Belize?
Now, you know, April, just to put things a bit into perspective, and you and I would know this, that it's not to say that all 1,065 are unemployed.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you have people that they work and go to school at the same time. So you may have that percentage. Of course, we don't have that number. But we saw where in 2020, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the unemployment rate increased significantly, and more Belizeans became unemployed as industries began to shut down, businesses began to shutter. A lot was happening at that time. Thankfully, back in September of 2021, when COVID-19 started to subside a bit and disappear to some extent, the tourism industry opened back up. And then you saw more and more people began to get employed, and that unemployment rate also saw a significant drop. But still today, if you ask people, regular people on the street that are looking for a job, a lot of people I tell you no job no there. A lot of people I tell you I've been searching, I've applied to this place and that place, and the only people that are responding to me right now are the BPOs, the call centers, and that's where a lot of people have to start right now.
But that's why I said, how many of them will get a job in their respected fields? And one of the things that we don't want to discuss, or I think it's almost like a shameful secret to discuss, is that majority of the persons that graduate are not working in the fields that they went to school for. Not to say that they haven't, you know, gained experience or, you know, attained particular skills that help their professional development and so forth. No, naturally they would. But can you imagine a person that spent 4 years, you know, trying to get that NRM degree, or trying to get that history degree, or trying to get I speak most of the humanities, because business and MSMEs and so forth, that's another conversation, right? But I speak more along the lines of art fields, humanities fields, social science fields that are not necessarily respected in our society. And so you spend 4 years to do this degree in a field that you really love and you think that you can make a difference in, just to go to a place to say, we don't see how your skills or your qualifications will help our company. And then you go to a call center where you're not applying anything that you learned, and that is heartbreaking. That is cold blood, sweat, and tears that you put into your degree just for someone to tell you it's not going to be worth anything in the workforce. And so what is the problem here? What are we doing to assess those issues?
I mean, it's a good question. I think that the unemployment issue affects not only Belize, but that is an issue across the globe.
Right.
We've seen statistics from the US, we've seen statistics from Australia, and I'm just talking about different parts of the world where unemployment is a huge issue. And unfortunately, we have to most of the time settle for government jobs, because that's also what we've known, that's also what we've grown.
We think it's going to be the proper job,
It's going to be the proper job. But what happens when you have an educated country with no job availability? So then that brings now the issue of brain drain. Because what happens is nobody has stay if one, you know, have the job to employ them, and two, people won't stay if they're not being paid for the type of work or the level of qualification that they bring. So who does the responsibility ultimately lie on to see that this employment space is created and expanded? Because not only do you have unemployment, but you have people that are also underemployed.
Yeah.
You have so you go. Do you settle for going from unemployed to underemployed, or do you remain unemployed? And as the underemployed, do you stay there, or do you say, you know what, this is not a pay, I have to go find something else? So who is responsible?
I think that it's a it's a conversation of what are we planning in terms of progress in society. How far ahead into the future are we looking to progress, and what are the objectives and results? Just because you have an objective doesn't mean it's going to give you the same results. And I'm just talking about any job in general. So if you are looking at long-term sufficiency, long-term progress, you can't just get a few people to do a half-done job, right? And then also you have to be able to invest in that. And you might, for example, have to invest X amount of millions of dollars into a company or into a job or into a business that you will not see profit in the first 5 years. You might not even see profit in the first 10 years. And the reality is that in Belize, we want to see profit tomorrow, right? We want to know that, okay, if I put 3 million into this, I need 5 million by next week. And that's not how it works,
and if we believe that the profit won't come so fast, then why invest your money
at all?
And so you're not investing your money. And so to answer my own question, because you're right, going down the right track, it's a responsibility of the public sector and a responsibility of the private sector in terms of, as you said, looking into the future, the bigger picture. Looking at, and we've had this conversation, you know, April, in terms of looking at the bigger picture, because one good example is the new, and I take it as an example, the e-governance arm of the government of Belize. That has created opportunities for a lot of people. If you could be honest, there's a whole new field of work, a whole new line of jobs in terms of e-governance and making sure that we have all of these government services online and readily accessible and available to people. You need a whole new set of skill set that perhaps the government of Belize did not have before.
And or did not realize that they had.
Right, or did not realize that they have. So it's either the unemployed move up to a job that fits their assets, or you create a space where you could employ new people and bring them into government. And it's the same way with the private sector. We have to look at the future, what it is that our people are being educated in, and how can we create spaces so that we grow our nation, because ultimately solving the unemployment issue is developing our nation. They go hand in hand.
I will give you a very, very crystal clear example. One of the bigger faculties or fields at the University of Belize is the nursing program, the biochem, the business program. Everybody wants to go into those fields. They're saturated, right? And you have so many of them graduating, and we are still a lack of manpower in our public hospitals.
You can imagine.
We are still a lack of manpower in our police academy. We are still a lack of manpower in our business sector. Can you imagine that so many students graduate with these skills and we are still lacking in manpower resources in our public sectors in terms of medical and business fields? Where do they go? We talk about migration in this country from other persons coming into Belize, but we also have a high influx of the diaspora of us migrating to places like the United States because of opportunities. We don't feel like the opportunities are here, and so we leave. We take that education that a person worked really hard for and develop another country's economy, because we don't have the opportunity to develop ours. And so how do you fix it? How do you start? Where do you begin to think about your investment strategies? What is most important to invest in? Is that it's not just the government's problem, it's the civilians' problem as well, right? So
just final thoughts for me,
Sure.
April, just to say that, again, I give credit where credit is due. So I spoke about the e-governance just as one example, a small example, but one nonetheless. And then also we see where more investments, or at least more investments, are being heralded as a proposal to invest further in MSMEs.
right.
So that's another avenue of job creation. The small, medium, medium enterprises, and we see where a lot of new businesses, again, are popping up. Some as a result of COVID. And people stepping back from their jobs. So in a sense, it doesn't solve the unemployment issue in that people who became unemployed started new businesses. Those businesses, however, they need investment, and they need further and greater investment in order for them to expand and create employment so that they could hire people. So it's one thing to say we're starting new businesses, but it's another thing to say we're investing, and we're investing greatly in those businesses for their growth so that they could create employment.
I will take this conversation one step further by also giving the kudos to, creating new future opportunities. One of the things that we're noticing now is that climate change is a real thing.
Yeah.
And this is our Coastal Awareness Week, and we had seen, we had a discussion last week with the Marine Spatial Planning, and the reason why I'm jumping into this conversation is because we're talking about opportunities. We're talking not just about jobs or so forth, but we're talking about progress and societal changes and what we want for the future, right? And I think that with this Marine Spatial Planning taken out by the CZAIM, I forget the name of it, they're looking at a sustainable ocean plan, right? And the Marine Spatial Planning is not just geared towards spaces where we think that need help in terms of like erosion and so forth, but the surrounding communities and what they can do to perhaps fish in an area that is not going to cause severe damage to the environment, or to plant mangroves in a space that is necessary and so forth. It had tourist areas, tourist communities that are around the coast, tourist communities, how the community can aid in the tourism and so forth in terms of traditional knowledge and fishing and so on. I really appreciate this particular spatial planning because it's not a government doing a thing. It is the experts going into the surrounding communities and talking to the people about how they can help in this initiative, and to get consultation from the communities as to what they need and how they can collaborate in this initiative. And the reason why I talk about it being something progress for the future is because I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
Where it's not just, for the most part, it's always been somebody making a decision and implementing it, not talking to the average Joe and saying, okay, you've lived in this village for 50 years, you know the space, you know the coast, you know the waters, you know the fish. Help me to understand how we can use this to better your community. Yeah. We've never seen it. And so I appreciate this effort.
I believe it's a part of the Blue Bond agreement.
Yes.
There's a lot coming out of that. And you're right, April, it's important that you get community input on these types of issues. And you're right in that we haven't seen anything like this. And I believe that under the Blue Bond, there's a requirement for us to ensure that we reserve some of those marine spaces that have not been reserved outside of the economic zone. And so this is all of that coming into fruition. And of course, as you rightfully mentioned, creating jobs, because then you need the people on the ground to do the surveys. You need a lot of technical skills and a lot of technical people to put these things in place. But then again, what it does is it conserves that beautiful blue water that we saw just now. That Belize.
That Belize. I love the initiative. I applaud the initiative. I guess my hope is that it is sustainable for a long-term future. You know, I want that they're able to continue to retain that collaboration with the communities and not just talk to them, but actually take their word into consideration and implement it into their plan, because it's just one thing to talk, right? You have to put it into action. So I applaud the efforts, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the MSP, Marine Spatial Plan, will roll out. So kudos on that. But we hope that you continue to have these conversations at home. And of course, if you want to continue to have these conversations, you can catch our newscast at 6 p.m. on 5. And as we continue to motivate you this morning, we move on into the eye-opener for today. Our eye-opener is taken from dailyarm.com, and it goes like this. How we respond to life is a testament of our humanity and individuality. Our view of the universe is largely determined by our experiences. It is when we are caught off guard by the spontaneity of existence that we are most likely to respond authentically, even when our feelings do not correspond with others. Events that arouse strong emotions in us or are surprising in nature can be disquieting, for it is often in their aftermath that we discover how profoundly our histories have shaped us. The reactions that differ from our peers can be upsetting because they force us to confront the uniqueness of our lives. Life's pivotal events can provide you with a way to define yourself as a unique and matchless being. But you must put aside the judgments that might otherwise prevent you from gaining insight into your distinct way of interpreting the world. Try to recognize your feelings without categorizing or evaluating them. When you feel unsure of the legitimacy of your reactions, remember that cultural, sociological, spiritual, and familial differences can cause two people to interpret a single event in wildly dissimilar ways. Examining your response can show you that your emotional complexity is something to be valued, because it has made you who you are today.
Isn't this all true? I mean, you don't always have the same response as the people around you. You rarely do. Sometimes both of you or the group has the same response. But when there are times when you actually don't have the same response to an event or to something happening, and it could lead you either to question yourself and say, did I respond right? Did I react right to that when you leave the room? Or you say, you know what? I've examined my reaction, and this is how I've responded because of my own uniqueness and my own unique experiences.
I mean, just take it whenever we dissect the what's buzzing, right? You and I will look at the same. I mean, sometimes you are the journalist behind the newscast, and we don't interpret the news in the same way. We don't have the same emotional reactions to certain events. And, you know, it's not because you are a good person or I am a bad person
I'm right
and you're wrong. You know, I perhaps might take an event as a traumatic experience. It has triggered my trauma in some kind of way, and so I might respond aggressively or in a very emotional way, whereas you might be like, April, that's a happy event. Why are you talking about it in such a manner? And it's exactly what the eye-opener says. Our histories have shaped us to have a deeper perspective on certain events. You and I didn't grow, even if we grow up the same way, the way we respond and feel towards something completely different. You know, in life, every person in this world tries to be different and unique from everybody else, and we overdo it because at the end of the day, nobody is the same. Naturally, nobody is the same. right?
Definitely.
So I like this eye opener. I think we are unique in our own ways, and it's positive. It's a good thing to be unique in our own space. I don't know.
Perfect.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that wrong? What do you think about the conversation? You know, how are you going to tackle a particular event today, or how are you going to tackle a particular situation or a problem today? And I don't know, have you looked at your surroundings to see how your peers are tackling that same situation? How do you think about that? How do you respond to that?
Well, April, I just would tell people that it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to be human. It's okay to have your individual response, and it's okay, and you shouldn't judge. You shouldn't judge somebody for their response and their reaction, because it's humanity and it's individuality. So it's quite fine.
Celebrate your differences.
Celebrate your differences and the differences of those around you.
Can we celebrate moving into the weather this morning?
Yeah, if we can celebrate more cold fronts, then yes.
All right. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Well, we want to feel how the weather is like for the rest of today. It's very chilly this morning. So can you give us the general situation for today?
Okay, a weak cold front over the south is affecting the country.
Okay. And the 24-hour forecast?
Mostly cloudy and cool. A few showers and light rain will occur mostly offshore at first, then over some coastal and southern areas later today, along with isolated thunderstorms. Then activity will increase slightly tonight over the southern coast and offshore.
All right. And our temperatures are highs and lows?
Okay, the highs for today will reach 82 along the coast, 86 inland, and 75 over the mountains. And for tonight, 75 along the coast, 70 inland, and 65 in the hills.
Okay, that must be affecting our winds. What are our marine conditions like?
Okay, the winds will be from the north to northwest at 10 to 20 knots, and sea conditions will be choppy.
Okay. And what about the outlook for Friday and Friday night?
Okay. For the extended forecast, will be for generally cloudy skies and mild conditions with light rain and a few showers or isolated thunderstorms occurring mostly offshore and over the southern coastal areas.
All right. Any tropical updates or anything we need to be warned about for today?
Well, the tropics are pretty quiet for now, thank goodness.
Yes, thank goodness indeed. What about this cold front that we are experiencing? Where is that coming from?
Well, right now it's over the south, and it's extended across the northwestern Caribbean. Mm-hmm. We expect it to stall out or become stationary, so it will linger over the northwestern Caribbean or over our Caribbean waters over the next 24 to 48 hours.
Oh, so yeah, be cool for some time.
Yes.
Well, do try to stay warm. Crystal, thank you so much for stopping in today.
Okay, you're welcome.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so be
Good
cool.
news.
Sweater weather for the rest of the day and tomorrow, it seems. That's good, right?
That is.
We like that.
Love
Wear a
that.
jacket. But of course, when we move into our show for this morning, we have 3 jam-packed sessions for you today on Thursday, starting with the International Credit Union Day. What does that mean? Well, we'll have the members of our credit union league to talk to us all about International Credit Union Day and what they're doing to celebrate.
And in our second conversation, we've had these folks here with us, specifically the director of YIF Belize. And so the YIF USA team, along with the director in Belize, will be here to talk to us about the Korean exchange camp. What's a Korean exchange camp? Well, April is everything Korean. We're talking Korean games, the Korean language, Korean food, And it's all to engage our youths in Belize in some positive activities.
Oh, I love that. I want to be a part of it. Can we go?
We could go and learn
a couple
Korean.
We are still youths. We check it in a day.
Of course we are. I don't know who would tell me otherwise.
And our last conversation for this morning will be all about global leadership and the Global Leadership Summit. The representatives will be here to talk to us about the summer summit that will be held November 4th and the 5th right here in Belize City. Okay. Yeah, so you don't want to miss any of these segments and more. But before we get into all of that, we're going to take our very first break, and we'll be back with our first conversation. Stay tuned.
I will be there. Thank you so much.
Why are you so excited?
Let me tell you a secret. I just got off the phone with Santa.
Hi, Santa. For Christmas, I want a pea shooter, a football. iPhone and a makeup for Christmas.
Oh, Ramon, 1 second.
We just learned that Santa's phone number has just been revealed. The number is 227-7132.
I'm sorry, Dad. I shared Santa's phone number.
Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
But how can you pay with your phone?
B-Box.
What? What is B-Box?
B-Box have been his newest rewards program.
Really? Where I could get it from?
Man, check on the website bbox.bz, or you could download it from the App Store. And if you still don't know, check that young lady there and she will hook you up.
I will surely do so. Good afternoon, miss. Can you hook me up with B-Box?
Everyone, including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 9 Caribbean Media Awards for 2021. Best Investigative Report, Best News Item, Best Coverage of People with Disabilities, Best Financial Literacy Journalism, Best Videographer, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with 2 special mentions for Financial Literacy Journalism.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
And we'll be back in a few, so stay tuned. Thanks, Jen. Hey there, we know you have to head out to work shortly, but don't forget that you can stay tuned by watching us on our Facebook live stream. Find us at Open Your Eyes BC, and you can continue watching there. You can also download Facebook Watch on your streaming device, and you can watch at your own convenience.
And for all the behind-the-scenes fun, follow us on Instagram at OYE Belize. So,
find us
and follow us
today.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Reduce your risk of viral illness like the flu or the coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water or with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing with a tissue. Throw away, then wash hands immediately. Avoid close contact with anyone who has the cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or nearest health center and share your travel history. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
All right, and welcome back to our first conversation for this lovely Thursday morning. As we mentioned, we'll be talking about the International Credit Union Day. And we have in studios with us, of course, Mr. Mark Menzies. He's the president of the Belize Credit Union League, as well as the HR manager for Holy Redeemer Credit Union. Good morning, Mr. Menzies.
Good morning.
And we also have in with us none other than Dr. Carol Babb, no stranger to the media, and she's a director of she's the director of the board of directors.
I'm on the
board of directors.
I am one of the directors and the board of
exactly,
Credit Union board.
Exactly what I meant to say. At the Holy Redeemer.
And I'm also the education director.
And also the education director, so a whole list of responsibilities and roles.
Yes.
Dr. Carol Babb, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having us.
And then via Zoom, we have the credit manager at Immaculata Credit Union, none other than Marissa Gonzalez. Good morning, Ms. Gonzalez.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
So So the first question I want to ask, since we're talking about International Credit Union Day, what is ICU Day?
International Credit Union Day started in 1948. It is celebrated on the third Thursday in October. So it's the credit union movement's 74th birthday today.
Wow.
And so the purpose of International Credit Union Day is to build awareness of the credit union movement and to share the uniqueness of credit unions, how they are very, very different from a bank.
So help me with a little bit more of the history. When this credit union movement began, what was the idea behind starting this movement?
Okay, the idea was to bring awareness of, it was built on the philosophy of people helping people. If I have money and I invest my money, it's not as strong as four of us investing our monies together. All right? And it was, that was the initiative. So that's.
So you had mentioned, Dr. Bob, that it's an initiative to bring awareness as to why a credit union is different from a bank. How is a credit union different from a bank?
Well, a credit union is very different from a bank. When you open an account at a credit union, you become a member owner, meaning you are a part owner. You have rights. You have a right to vote at the annual general meeting. There are benefits like every year as a member owner. You get dividends. The profits are shared among the members. For example, at HRCU, we have an educational grant where every year HRCU gives out $500,000. Wow. It's a grant to our member owners, and students who are from preschool all the way to junior college can apply.
How do you select them? Through application, right?
Through application, and it's one per family.
All right.
Yeah, it actually started out with the giving to people who really needed the help, but it evolved into once you're a member owner, you're entitled to this grant.
Let's bring Ms. Gonzalez into the conversation. Ms. Gonzalez, over there at La Immaculata Credit Union, would you speak a bit about how that credit union began, and what was the idea behind it for the founding members?
Okay, good morning once again. La Immaculata Credit Union started from 1949, and again, like what Mr. Menzies said, it was started with the whole intention of people helping people. The Jesuits saw that, during at that time, people needed assistance, and afterwards was when the bank came in, and what the credit union was about was totally different than what the banks started to do. So when they started to assist, it was only 12 members that they had. Eventually, it was in a little building around the school, and eventually, they started to express what the credit union movement was about, what they were planning to do, and eventually it grew. And then we moved on to the building as to where we are now. We purchased it, and went from then. And ever since now, we have over 24,000 members, and our asset base is at 77 million.
Wow.
Right.
And again,
go ahead.
helping, people helping people, that's basically what the credit union is all about. We're not just giving you a loan, but we are helping you to grow.
And I appreciate that brief history, and I know that the HRCU, that you guys have also experienced your history of growth over the years, and have now amounted to being one of the largest credit union in Belize,
and one of the largest
in the region. Talk to us about that growth over the years, from where you began to where you are right now, and how that happened.
Well, we had Miss Jane Usher, who was the matriarch for HRCU, and when she started out, it was 3 ladies putting 25 cents together, shilling So it started out with 75 cents.
No man, I don't believe that.
Yes.
Wow.
and to date, we have assets of almost $700 million. And we have a membership of over 63,000 member owners.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
These are
really grown.
from where are your members from?
Our members are from across the country, mostly in Belize City.
Yeah.
But then every part of the country we have members.
So we've seen
even in the diaspora as well. Many
Right.
Belizeans living in the United States are member owners, and we have been getting quite a number of requests. They want us to come over there to share with them. They want to become member owners.
it's no stranger that HRCU is the largest one, but we've seen other credit unions pop up in Belize recently. La Immaculata is one that has grown, and we've seen the growth of La Immaculata. Can you speak about the other credit unions and how you all joined together to create this league that we have?
Okay, so in this country we have 8 credit unions. So they are spread across the country of Belize. So in up north we have St. Francis Xavier and Blue Creek, which is a Mennonite community. We have out west we have St. Martin's Credit Union. In Orange Walk we have La Immaculata. In Dangriga we have St. John's Credit Union, and in Belize City we have HRCU and we have St. John's Credit Union. Also in Cayo, sorry I missed Spanish Lookout. They just recently started.
Yeah,
so
okay.
And St. Martin's too.
St. Martin's in Cayo.
And HRCU
and then
has a
in Toledo.
branch.
In Toledo
Right,
we have
teachers.
Toledo teachers.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
So what's the benefit for the credit unions to be or become a part of a league or to be a league?
Yeah, well, it's very important for them to join the league, because as a member of the league, we have to advocate for them.
Yeah.
So we make sure that things are running smooth, and we also give them training, and also we act as a buffer. The league act as a buffer for the credit unions with our regulators, who are the Central Bank of Belize.
All right.
So what is so now that it is, let's talk about the birthday, right? She's 74 years.
74 years today, the credit union.
It is not just a Belizean celebration,
it's
an
a global
celebration.
global movement. There are 56,000 credit unions across the globe. And with how many member owners? I don't remember, but so there are 56,000 credit unions. However, there are 1.6 billion people in the world that are not a member, are not members of a financial institution.
Wow. Wow. So and I want to bring Ms. Gonzalez in again, because when I was growing up, my mother always used to tell me, put your money in a credit union, start your credit union account. And I always used to question, why are you pushing this credit union so much? What is this whole idea behind the credit union versus going to the bank? That I know about the bank. I want to open my bank account, mommy.
But
and I want my
open a bank
card, and I want to go to the ATM and take out money. Miss Gonzalez, what are the services that we're talking about when, for example, we go to La Immaculata that your members can benefit from?
Okay, our services, we have, our usual over-the-counter payments, over-the-counter deposits. We have our ATM, we have our depository bin for our members who work and they want to make their payments but cannot come to the office. They can drop it in our depository bin for their loan payments, deposits to shares to deposits. We have outreach programs whereby we reach out to our members in the nearby villages, in town as well. We have open days where we invite our entrepreneurs for them to come and showcase their products, because our logo is to grow with us. And we believe that when we give you a loan, it's not just to help you at that moment, but to help you grow. So we have a lot of trainings. We believe in capacity building. And previously, I heard you were talking about climate change. That too is something that we have instilled. We are trying to give trainings to our farmers, to our entrepreneurs, so that they can adapt to climate change, about energy efficiency. So it's a lot of capacity building, and that we believe that we are to empower our members. Our dividends and rebates, we can proudly say that our profits, what we made, we gave back to our members. We gave back 12.5% in rebates for this last year that went, and 5% in dividends. So our members can have that confidence in us that whatever we are doing at La Immaculata Credit Union is going back to them. And whenever they have the need, we always try to find how to assist. Only in rare cases, we might have members that do not qualify, but we always provide options. And that is what we want. We want our members to have that confidence in us that we are there for them. And we have our members that we would look at them as the underserved. We serve the underserved. And we do have a lot of testimonials whereby we assisted small businesses that no one looked at them. They thought that they would never excel. So we assisted them, and right now they are successful companies or businesses that we can truly say we were there for them, and they are grateful to us. And I do believe that the credit union movement is all about that. And I'm sure that Miss Bob and Mr. Mackenzie can agree to that too, because that is what the credit union is all about. It's not just giving you a loan and somebody makes the profit. It goes back to our membership.
So celebrating with the credit union, with the theme of empower your financial future with a credit union, what is the league doing today to commemorate and celebrate that theme?
Well, individual credit unions are doing their own way to celebrate the day. But on Saturday, the league is having a convention where all the credit unions will convene, and they're going to offer workshop. And we are going to have a keynote speaker in the plenary, and the keynote speaker will talk about happiness in the workplace. So as Mr. Menzies rightly said, the purpose of the league is to keep the 8 credit unions together, to empower the credit unions and their members.
Right, and to also share experiences that we all are, all have to make us better. And across this country, we have a little over 150,000 member owners that are affiliated with credit unions.
Wow. So are you opening the convention for them to come and...
No, the convention is for all the credit union employees to get together and share their experiences and also get some training.
I have one question I just wanted some clarity on, right? Because it's a learning process for me as well. Just to understand a bit about what we talk about, or what Ms. Gonzalez is talking about when she makes mention of terms like dividends. And I think the other word was rebates. Yeah, so I know it's all, people make all the hula baloo about that. Like I say, oh, I got this in my dividends or that, and people are excited about that type of stuff. And I understand that's one of the benefits of joining a credit union as well. Would we speak a bit about that?
Yeah. Okay, so dividends is what you get back on your shares. So whatever you save for the year,
you get a percentage
of the profit that we make. Of the
profits, right.
Right, and the rebates, it's on the interest that you pay on your loan. So if you have a loan with us and you pay this amount of interest for the year, then you will get back a certain percentage of that for that year.
So what did that look like for HRCU?
HRCU offered 4%
dividend
and 10% rebates. Rebate on the interest. But Paul, there are other amazing benefits.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So one of them being is that nobody wants to die, but we will all die, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
And so if you are a good member of a credit union, and when you die, your beneficiary gets $5,000 to help you with your burial expenses.
Automatically?
Automatically, if you are in good standing, meaning you are not a malpago, you know what I mean?
You pay on time. Pay your debt.
Yeah.
In addition, and there's another one that I want the public to be aware of. At Holy Redeemer, if you are a member owner in good standing, your debt dies with you up to 125,000.
What?
Right.
Wow.
Yes. No, remember.
So nobody know when
up to 125,000. But you know, if you, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's why the league is here. We are here to share the benefits. And the theme is very fitting. Empower your financial future with a credit union.
Right.
Paul and April, you have to empower your financial future. Join a credit union if you are not a member owner. And there are many more benefits. But those are the ones that I want to bring to your attention.
Well, one of that like evangelists to push a car.
Right. Let me tell you about our financial future that you need to have.
Once you are a member of a credit union and we are teaching financial literacy, we are big on that. So we teach people to manage their money. So at the end of the day, you will always have something to go to, like your extra money if something happened to you.
Another advice too that we give to our member owners to April is that at the time, and it's not too late for you because you guys are young. The first paycheck that you get, you start to you open a separate account and start to save for your retirement. People don't ask me how much to save. I don't know.
It's a good opportunity for those that don't have pension plans in their
And even sometimes when people have pension plans, the pensions are not sufficient to help them to survive.
Right.
Yeah,
so having your own financial plan for retirement is very important too.
All right.
So then today, what are we doing? You have bags.
So today, HRCU is having a financial literacy training, as I mentioned before, and we are going to treat our teachers with love, and we are going to give them a meal and a drink and a gift. And today we have the president of the league who wants to present you both with a gift.
Awesome.
And the camera people.
And the camera and everybody in-house.
So these are for you.
So that you empower your future
with a credit union. And if
union.
you're not a member, join
I was waiting for that part.
Join one.
and
Ms. Gonzalez.
Immaculata, are you guys doing anything today? Are you for the media?
We'll send up your bags as well. Today we will be having our open day whereby we have invited our entrepreneurs. We have, I think we do have about 12 who will be on our parking lot. They will be promoting their products. They will be having discount prices, and we will be promoting our Holly Jolly loans. We usually launch it in the beginning of October. And yesterday we did some community service work. We assisted some needy members who, the staff, along with the credit union, we put monies together and we bought hampers, and we saw that it did go a long way. We should be attending the convention on Saturday, and then on Sunday we will be having a mass whereby all the staff will be there, and we are inviting our members to assist as well.
All right,
wow.
Perfect. Well,
you made mention that you forgot a few things.
So in addition to us treating the teachers, 80 teachers to a meal, doing a financial literacy training, empowering them to become financially literate. In our we have another branch in Independence, and we are having a raffle.
Right.
How many hampers,
well,
Mark?
We have some hampers of groceries that we'll be raffling today, and we also have some cash prize. So if you're a member of HRCU, come in and do business with us today, and you will be in the raffle.
You automatically in the raffle if you remember.
Yes, well, once you come in to do business today. And I must mention here that at HRCU, every day is Credit Union Day, because we have ongoing raffles every month for our member owners.
Oh, wow.
And we raffle, I believe, we have 10 raffles every month. And once you win, the money goes straight to your account.
Perfect.
So again,
raffles every month.
So that's why I encourage you guys to join.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
I also want to call on April
Yes, we will be having raffles as well. We have air fryers, but it depends if you update your account, if you deposit, if you get a loan for different categories, and that's part of the credit union week as well.
Perfect.
Also, you know that the story that I wrote, Jacita Learns to Save, it's a book that is used to help her members, not only young people, but everybody can learn from that book.
Right.
So the other book, the sequel to that one, Jacita Opens an Account at HRCU, will be launched next week.
Nice.
And so you will learn in that book, Paul, I don't want to give you everything today, but all the benefits will be in that book.
Well,
So
I'm
we have
telling
to
you
go
that
and get the book
would
and
have been helpful to me.
Yeah.
You
as
didn't
a
get
child.
one?
No,
As a
the-
child.
Oh yes, as a child, right,
That's something
exactly.
That would have been helpful to me to
and
understand.
that is the common comment we hear as we go around and teach financial literacy. People are saying, I remember a teacher said to me, where were you 20 years ago? I say,
true.
you know?
Well, we were just talking about that this morning, about how we go through our entire lives in school, but we're not necessarily prepared for life.
Right.
So things like saving,
skills,
things like taxes, why you should open a credit union, they
Yeah.
don't talk to us about that.
And when you say that, you know, we have well-educated people all over this country.
Can I say it?
And they're making good money, good pay. And at the end of the day, they don't know where the money is.
Yeah.
You know,
One paycheck away
exactly.
becoming
they run into a lot of
they're
problems
running
because
into a
they
lot of
don't know how to
problems.
manage
Yeah.
their money. So that's our goal, to teach people to manage.
Because your financial health is important. If you are not financially healthy, it really creates mental problem for you.
Yep.
That's
So
It's true.
Across the board,
very,
yes.
and that's
true.
why
And
we are
physical
teaching.
problems.
Yeah.
That's why we are empowering member owners and people across the country, because we realize, we know that if you can manage your finances well, it will contribute to your productivity in the workplace and in your homes.
Yes.
And happiness.
Yes.
that you feel when
Well,
you
my
can't pay a
good
bill.
folks, I wish we could be here all morning to talk about this, because it's great conversation.
Yes.
We want to thank you all for being on set with us, and all the best in your
And have
initiatives.
a happy International Credit Union Day.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
Not to us, but to them, because we need to go open our credit
Right.
union. But
But Paul, I have a question. Didn't you win an award for some
Financial
literacy
journalism.
journalism? I would
Yep.
really like a
Oh.
copy of it so that
Indeed.
I can look at it.
wait. So you're gonna do a piece?
Yeah, I
But
did,
financial
I did a piece
Yeah.
on
literacy.
entrepreneurs fighting COVID through opening their small businesses
Right.
Okay.
and
Okay.
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So congratulations,
Thank
Paul.
you.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
and now you
yes,
need to open a
congrats.
credit
Yeah.
union.
Right?
But
All right, so with that,
thank you,
we'll
folks.
take a break.
Thank you, Miss Gonzalez.
And we'll be right back with our second conversation.
Stay tuned.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere. Satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
Are you eligible for Amnesty 2022? This is your opportunity to apply. When you log on to www.immigration.gov.bz, you will find a full list of required documents needed for the amnesty criteria you are eligible for. Be sure to gather all general and supporting documents needed, including all necessary translations. Then, make your appointment online with any of our registration centers countrywide. There, you will submit your documents and complete the required interviews. Thereafter, an acceptance receipt will be provided. While you wait for a decision on your application, track its progress online and know when to make payment at your nearest government treasury office. Once completed, you will receive your permanent residence card, showing your legal status within Belize. Find out more about the Amnesty 2022 and how to apply online at www.immigration.gov.bz. Be prepared. The registration period will be from the 2nd of August to the 30th of November 2022. Belize Amnesty 2022. Let's continue to build Belize together.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 9 Caribbean Media Awards for 2021. Best Investigative Report, Best News Item, Best Coverage of People with Disabilities, Best Financial Literacy Journalism, Best Videographer, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with 2 special mentions for Financial Literacy Journalism.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
And we'll be back in a few, so stay tuned. Thanks, Jen. Hey there, we know you have to head out to work shortly, but don't forget that you can stay tuned by watching us on our Facebook live stream. Find us at Open Your Eyes BC, and you can continue watching there. You can also download Facebook Watch on your streaming device, and you can watch at your own convenience.
And for all the behind the scenes fun, follow us on Instagram at OYE Belize. So,
find us
and follow us
today.
Reduce your risk of viral illness like the flu or the coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water or with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing with a tissue. Throw away, then wash hands immediately. Avoid close contact with anyone who has the cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or nearest health center and share your travel history. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
Kadilesa Albert Literalube. Inita nomada, naba santi golida ligabri, asata lida l'escola abro hatia. Afiat alo ni la mege dom. Time out. Weri hali anigi beli habusa rogrigia wena mohaya hagamro duniwa irahia. Baro badan ayano haba hama bisanigu. Demele badugunile bide haba lida leredoroniwa hagamro duniwa irahia.
And we are back with our second conversation for this morning. Joining us in studio, we have the representatives from the International Youth Fellowship. And in studio with us, we have Pastor Jermaine Garvey, who is no stranger to our show, the director of IYF. Please. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good to be back.
We also have Pastor Seho Park, who is the director of the IYF in the U.S. And joining us, we have some members of the Korean Exchange Camp, Kyle Kang. Good morning. And Lily Jung. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So it's all about the Korean Exchange Camp.
Yes.
Before you came to the show and you spoke to us about, changing your mind and talking about all of these different ways that you're able to develop communities to have a different mindset so that they're able to progress in their communities.
Yes.
And then you went to Korea with the Minister of Youth Sports, Minister Ferguson. He got a completely different mindset as well, and he said, okay, we have to bring this to Belize.
Yes.
Talk to us about the progress from then on.
Sure. I remember also last time you had asked what are the programs that we do in the IYF.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of them.
Okay.
Right? There's like a multiplicity of them, but the aim really is to help navigate the heart and mind of the young people.
Yeah.
This time around, we have about 15 Korean volunteers. Originally, they're volunteering in the United States. That's where they are volunteering.
Okay.
But because we got an invitation from the Ministry of Youth, Department of Youth Service, for the upcoming National Youth Week. So they're going to be participating in that very largely.
Nice.
So we're coming here, and they come to offer different programs. One of them is one coming this Saturday, which is the Experience Korea.
It's a Korean, as this is explained here, culture exchange camp and witness trip.
Yes.
Let's talk about, well, before we do that, I'd like to bring in our second pastor, Pastor Seho Park.
Yeah.
Good morning, Pastor.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, I'm good.
Let's talk about some of the work that you guys are doing in the USA right now.
So actually, IYF, it is non-profit organization for youth education. So through our program, we are gonna change the young people's mind.
Yes.
So we provide the volunteer programs, we provide education program, and especially we provide mind education. So nowadays, many people they focus on knowledge and information, but they don't focus on the mindset and then our heart. But through our mind education, we are talking about connection, so out of isolations, exchange. So through this kind of mind education, we are focused on change our life. So even me, I also, since I was 15 years old, I'm a member of IYF. I changed my life through IYF education. So that is why now I'm become a person who live for the others, live for the young people. So there are many programs in IYF. So one of them is culture exchange as well. That is why we are going to have the Korean camp in Korean Day in this coming Saturday in Belize. Actually, I'm from America. I'm from South Korea, but I'm living in America. And then these volunteers, they are from South Korea, but they're having the volunteer service in America. But Minister of Youth invite us. That's why 15 volunteers came to Belize a few days ago. And then we are preparing Korean camp in here.
Is this cultural exchange something you also do in the U.S.?
Yeah.
And what is the experience like for the Americans?
Yeah, so if in America also we are doing this kind of Korean experience, exchange it to the Americans as well. Nowadays, I'm surprised because not only Americans, all people from the world love Korean culture, such as K-pop BTS and the K-pop dance and the Squid Game, Netflix. Everybody knows Korea. So
Squid Games.
Yeah, Squid Games. Yeah.
I mean, even something as simple as Taekwondo,
Yeah.
we didn't realize
That's
that
Korean.
that comes from Korea. It's just something that we see.
Yeah.
Right.
Taekwondo is also from Korea. It is an Olympic authorized game as well, right?
So maybe I could bring Kyle into the conversation. Good morning, Kyle.
Good morning.
You nervous?
No.
You're not nervous. Great. Tell me a bit about Saturday for the Korean Culture Exchange Day and the youths that will come, what it is that they'll be able to experience. What are some of the activities that you guys have planned for them?
Yeah, we have Korea camp this Saturday. Actually, we visited Jamaica also, May to July. So we had Korea camp in Jamaica.
What did you guys do there?
We have a Korean language class and K dance class, K pop class, K cooking, and K play. Jamaica students, 500 students came to our program, and I met many students. Actually, they have a lot of problem of family. So, but through our Korea camp, they changed their heart and they gain happy in their heart. So, at the time, my heart was so happy. So, also in Belize, we will have Korea camp in Belize this Saturday. So I want give to them our hope and our happy through this Korea camp, and I want let they know that about Korea culture also.
And Lily, I just wanted to bring Lily into the conversation briefly as well to tell us what it is that you enjoy the most about your interactions with these different cultures as you teach these youths your culture. What it is that you enjoy most about the experience? Is it clear? Tell me about your experience in Jamaica and what you hope for in Belize. That's okay, you can speak loud.
Actually, I'm Korean camp first time.
Okay.
So I'm burden. Korean camp prepare burden because I'm English class very bad.
No, that's
okay. No, you're doing well.
Yeah. So I'm Jamaica first people, Belize people, only English.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, we will teach you some English, right?
Yeah.
And we will teach you some Creole. We will teach you to say good morning in Creole, right? Yeah. So before you leave, we'll teach you to say good morning. I'll not yet, but I'll teach you soon. You and Kyle.
Can we talk about a little bit about the exchange part, right? Because the Korean experience is about you all having this exposure to our Belizean people about Korean culture and so forth. Is there going to be an opportunity where the exchange comes in where we get to teach you about our culture and customs?
So you're Christian Belize.
Yeah,
actually, even in my case, 2 days ago I came to Belize. So I'm learning Belize culture and I'm learning Belize the culture and atmosphere one by one. But we hope that through Korean camp, we like the culture exchange. We exchange our Korean culture to the Belize people, and then we learn the Belize culture to our volunteers.
So how long have the volunteers been here so far?
Since Sunday.
Since Sunday.
So let's hear a bit about what it is that we can expect from. I know Kyle gave me she gave me a preview about what it is that we can expect in terms of the activities from Sunday's camp?
So Saturday, actually.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Sorry, Saturday.
So first of all, we are teaching the Korean language.
Okay.
So we're teaching how to read the Korean and how to speak Korean.
Wow.
And then we are teaching about K-pop, and then K-dance, Korean dance, K-pop dance as well. And then we are teaching about mind education as well. And then we are teaching about Korean traditional play, Korean traditional game as well. And then we prepare the snack shop. And through the snack shop, you can buy the Korean snack.
So you have a snack shop?
Yeah, over there.
Oh.
Yeah, we will open the Korean
I'll
snack
come
shop
for
as
the
well.
snack shop.
Yeah, and then we prepare some Korean food and Korean snack as well.
Okay.
And you can have chance to buy the Korean snack as well.
How long will you all be in country?
Until November 8th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until November 8th. And then this Saturday is the first Korean camp, and then next Saturday we are gonna have another Korean camp as well.
Okay, so it's not once, it's twice.
Pastor Garvey, I would imagine that it was within these interactions on these camp days that the mind transformation aspect takes place.
Right.
In that during the interactions, we not only play games and learn languages, but we get to know each other better, and we get to know each other's experiences better as well.
That's correct. Like we're discussing earlier, we're locked into our environments, so we only know what is around us. But through this, there's some cultural exchange and tolerance is developed. I was watching something on social media the other day. This I don't remember his name, but it's a Belizean, and he was mentioning something about Chino. Like whenever people see Asian, they say Chino, Chino, and then he was explaining, I'm from Taiwan. I'm not Chinese, you know?
Yeah.
But like this also, they experience this when they come to Caribbean countries. Everyone think they're Chinese, but they get a chance to talk with them, and then they realize, oh, you're not Chinese, you're Korean, you're just like me. Different race, different skin color, but same heart. So exchange start to take place, and then their horizons are broadened a lot.
I wanted to kind of go into the actual project itself, and you were having this exchange program, this camp. How are you getting other persons from other communities to join and to come in so that the volunteers can have that interaction?
Right. So primarily now we're working together with the Department of Youth Services. And they are into the communities, but we're also partnering with other youth organizations. Yesterday we met, not the minister, DYM?
DYM.
DYS?
No. BYM, Belize Youth Movement. Right. So we met the national president, the chief of staff, and different district presidents. So we're now hoping as well, like that kind of connection, we can work together because they're here. And like I gave the invitation to them, we must also give to any other youth group or organizations who like to use their services. From 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. until November 1, because we'll be engaged after November 1 with the National Youth Week. But until that time, if any organization would like to utilize the services, let us know.
Well, we have been so lucky to have you both here to talk about the camp, but we're also extra lucky to get a taste of what we can expect on Saturday. And one of the primary reasons why we want to highlight this exchange program is not just about Korean culture and exchange, but it's also about having these volunteers connect with our youth, have them understand the cultural background, and see how we can work progressively as a community to help change the mindset.
The meaning of the culture exchange is we accept difference. Difference.
Yes.
So through this, so we want to make young people broaden their heart.
Right.
It is the purpose of culture exchange.
There's a belief that some youths are hopeless and lost, and there's no hope for them. Is that true?
That's a fallacy. Our founder of the IYF, Dr. Reverend Oxley Park, this is one thing he always teaches the youth. Don't focus on who you are today, but have hope in who you will become tomorrow. If we can look ahead, then hope can come into our hearts.
I love that. And I love that this is, the foundation is to change your mind and your heart set, because once you have an open mind and an open heart, the possibilities become extreme, right? You can do anything. I want to thank you for sharing your volunteers with us for this morning. And in light of the cultural exchange, not just food, art, music, and tradition, but you listen to K-pop, Paul?
I've heard some willingly and unwillingly.
BTS, some BTS.
Yes, definitely. Very, very popular band, even here in Belize.
Yes, and so we are going to see some of the Korean volunteers dance and show us what we can kind of expect for Saturday. So I'm just very excited. All right, well, the volunteers are ready. Let's have them take it away.
Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. Kick out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone, nice tea and I'll get my ping pong. This is getting heavy, can't hear the bass, boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, get this beat chain like money. This is all alone, I'm into that, I'm good to go, I'm down, you know I glow. Hey, so let's go. Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Hey, shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. Whoa, bring a friend, join the crowd, whoever wanna come along. Word up, talk, just move right up the wall. Their line, sky's the line, so we dance to the breakdown. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the medicine, so you should keep your eyes on the ball. This is getting heavy, can you hear the bass? Boom, I'm ready. Life is serious, honey, yeah, this beat to chain like money. And this girl all alone, I'm into that, I'm good to go, I'm down, you know I glow. And let's go. Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Hey, shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. Whoa, life is dynamite. Life is dynamite. Shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. Whoa, light it up with dynamite. Light it up with dynamite. 'Cause I'm in stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Shining through the city with a little fucking soul. So light it up like dynamite. This is so watch me bring the fire, set the night alight. Shining through the city with a little fucking soul. Light it up like dynamite.
Listen,
that takes work.
I tell you, listen, I feel like I was in an entire concert just now. Uno could dance.
Uno could dance.
By the Italian Creole, uno could dance.
Ono ko dance. That's the next words we have to show.
Yeah.
Teach ono ko dance.
Pastor Garvey, I'm pumped up, excited for this event. Let's talk about the venue and the time and who all are invited.
Okay, so this is a flyer. It's all over social media now. on iyfbelize.org and also on Facebook, Instagram, also Twitter, IYF Belize. It's at St. John's College at the gymnasium. That's the location. We begin at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And we go maybe until 3. Who are invited? Everyone.
Okay. So
Young
we
and
could come?
old. Of course.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, from age 13 up.
Okay, yeah.
From 13 years old up.
Okay.
And there's a small contribution fee of 10 Belizean dollar.
Okay.
Okay.
So we want to invite everyone to come and experience Korea right here in Belize.
Right. So 10 o'clock, Saturday morning, St. John's College Gymnasium Auditorium.
Yes.
And there's a contribution fee
Of
of $10. So, Pastor Park, as you come and you exchange your culture with us, I want to exchange a bit of culture with you this time. So I just want to teach you briefly how to say good morning. If you haven't heard it already, and if Pastor Garvey haven't taken the step ahead of me to teach you, but we say in Creole, we say for the word morning, we say morning.
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 Right.
Yes.
So if we're gonna greet somebody, we say good morning.
Good morning.
Nice.
He got it. He got it. Got it. He got it.
You get that fast.
Yes.
Right. All right. So.
Well, thank you both so much. Thank you to our volunteers. You guys did a great job. I want to see them dance some more.
Come Saturday.
Go Saturday if you want to see these lovely volunteers. It's 15 volunteers, yes?
Right.
They will be exchanging Korean culture, dishes, music, dance with us, as well as mind connection. So stay tuned for that this Saturday at the St. John's Auditorium at 10 a.m. To get a contribution of $10, so you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a wonderful exchange program. So be there. Thank you both so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we are going to take our next break and we'll be back with our final conversation for this morning. This is Live on 5. Stay tuned.
With eCash, bill payment is extremely convenient, and all utility companies accept eCash payments. What's even better? You get to split bills with your roommates, siblings, or whoever you desire. Simply open your eCash app, go to Bill Pay, tap the respective utility company, enter the information, and pay the bill. Then tap the transaction made. Tap Split the bill. Select Evenly. Send the request to who you are splitting the bill with, and get notified when they pay. Talk about making life easy and avoiding confusion. You can split the bill for restaurants, grocery stores, and for any eCash payment you make. To find your next yummy meal, hair treatment, or chill spot, simply open the app and utilize the geolocation service to see nearby businesses that accept eCash. Geolocation and bill payment make life a whole lot easier.
If you are ailing due to a chronic disease and are left permanently invalid before retirement age, you may want to check if you qualify to receive invalidity benefit. The invalidity benefit exists for persons who are unable to continue working due to permanent illness. To qualify, you must be under 60 years old, must be sick for 26 consecutive weeks and certified to be medically unable to perform any type of work, must have at least 5 years of paid SSB contributions and at least 5 paid within the 3 months leading up to your illness. If you do not qualify for the invalidity pension, you may be eligible for the invalidity grant. Want to know more about invalidity benefit? Visit our website or contact any of our offices to have someone assist you. Also, be sure to visit our Facebook page and give us a like to stay informed. Social Security Board. Safeguarding you, your family, your future.
including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 9 Caribbean Media Awards for 2021. Best Investigative Report, Best News Item, Best Coverage of People with Disabilities, Best Financial Literacy Journalism, Best Videographer, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with 2 special mentions for financial literacy journalism.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
And we'll be back in a few, so stay tuned. Thanks, Jen. Hey there, we know you have to head out to work shortly, but don't forget that you can stay tuned by watching us on our Facebook live stream. Find us at Open Your Eyes BC, and you can continue watching there. You can also download Facebook Watch on your streaming device, and you can watch at your own convenience.
And for all the behind-the-scenes fun, follow us on Instagram at OYE Belize. So,
find us
and follow us
today.
Reduce your risk of viral illness like the flu or the coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water or with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing with a tissue. Throw away, then wash hands immediately. Avoid close contact with anyone who has the cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or nearest health center and share your travel history. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
And we're back.
And we are back for our third and final conversation for this lovely Thursday morning. Moments ago, we spoke about leadership in our last segment, and we had some leaders on set with us, some pastors. And now we're going right into a third segment about leadership as well. But this time, we're talking about the Global Leadership Summit. GLS is on its 5th consecutive year.
COVID never stopped
here in Belize. COVID never stopped there. I want you to know COVID never stopped in April or something special. And so we have in studios with us this morning, we have Kerm Timbrell, the chairman of GLS Belize, as well as Mr. Claudio Leal, who is an executive member. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning.
So GLS on its 5th year. Let's talk first of all about the impacts of COVID and how is it that you guys sought to overcome those impacts to still host, I believe it's 2 GLS during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah. You know, good morning, Belize. Good morning. Thank you guys for having us. Yes. You know, in GLS, what I appreciate about it so much is that it is so well-rounded. One of the concepts that they teach us is the importance of pivoting. And I've seen that we've been able to use the GLS training to pivot, and we actually grew during the pandemic. So last year we had online 540 people, great minds from across this country, representing all of the amazing sectors, and the level of engagement on those in the summit was mind-blowing. Yeah. We had to have a staff to man it. Wow. Because people were just engaging, putting in their remarks in terms of how much they appreciated the content minute by minute. It's like listening to the cross country, right? Minute by minute, right? So,
I want to focus on the content of the GLS and talk about what prompted you all to start this in the first place. What was the inspiration, and what is it that you are trying to get your members to get out of it?
Do you have enough time?
Let's go. We have enough time for 2 minutes.
I got introduced to the summit, and so I had to first test the waters, because if we're asking corporate Belize to interrupt their schedules to bring people to an event like this, then it has to absolutely make sense and add tremendous value. So I went to Barbados, which is where I saw the summit for the first time, and it blew my mind, the level of attendance, the quality of presenters, and the caliber of the content was just too good to be true, you know. And from that very moment, I thought we need this in Belize. But for me, there was also a personal connection, because from my own professional life journey, I saw where connecting with experts have the ability to transform the life of an individual significantly. So again, in the GLS, we teach it really matters who train you. You have to spend time being trained by somebody. But who train you matters, because your trainer has the ability to shift you 1 notch, 2 notch, 10 notch, 1,000 notch. Absolutely. And so in the GLS, the quality of presenters, we have experts at most amazing levels. They will shift your life. And so for me, that was what prompted me. And so we brought the summit to Belize, and it resonated with people very well.
Yeah. What do you think was something that was probably lacking in our society when it comes to corporate culture, and what do you think the summit brought for them?
Well, when you sit under the training of these great minds who have in fact researched intensively, annually, because it has to be done annually, the world's most powerful corporate environments, and they go back and look for real data, what works, because we're talking about big budgets, we're talking about billions of dollars here. You can't have companies like Apple or Google not being able to understand what are the things that hinder growth in their organizations. It's too costly. It's way too costly. So they hire the greatest minds to come in and do the research, collect data, and analysis, and then from that they report back to say, you know what, these are the things that we're seeing that works in this organization or these organizations that are growing, that are advancing, versus these ones that are struggling. And so that is a big part of what the GLS offers. We draw a lot of data, we work a lot with major universities and experts in all these fields who collect data and say, you know what, this is what we found to work. And if you do this, it's reproducible in every culture around the world.
Mr. Leal, what was your initial thoughts when Mr. Kern brought this idea to you and said, I want you to be a part of my team? And what have you seen over the last 5 years of being involved as a result of that initial conversation?
I have been in ministry for over 25 years. When I was called to ministry as a pastor, I immediately just dove into leadership material. And one of my leadership guru that I loved and even attended his conference in Atlanta multiple times is John Maxwell, Dr. John Maxwell. So when he came to me and said, man, we want to bring this training to Belize, this platform, it's all about leadership, equipping people, everybody have influence, and all of those words are like jargons that I've been reading. And so I said, man, I could bring this to the people of Belize, and I get all excited and I say, man, yes, I'm full, but one of the fundamental principles that John Maxwell have taught me is that when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something indirectly. So when I say yes to global leadership, I have to ask, what does this mean? What does this entail? You know, and I said, this is this. So we are at the point where we have attended GLS in Chicago, which occurs every year in the first week in August. We literally sat with these people. We see that, we take pictures with them, they sign books for us, and this is their life story that they present on the stage. So when you get that and you want to bring that to your people, now I can relate. Like I said, I could see how Paul can use this in the media. I could see where April can take this as a young lady. This is where she can see herself in the next 5 years. So you're seeing university students, you're seeing single mothers, you're seeing policemen, you're seeing, I mean, it's the cadre of people that comes to GLS is no one set. And when you multiply that and put that all in your mind, I say, man, at least GLS is making a dent into the development of Belize, and that's what caught me. I am not a minister, I'm not politically in Belmopan in the cabinet railing up. But I'm in a position where, with his guidance, with what birthed inside of him, we caught that vision. And so we're at a point right now where we want more of Belize to get this. But there's a cost to everything. So we are in a position where we can help Belize.
Where is the line that is drawn for Belizean? You're talking about major corporations, large universities, you're talking about stakeholders in all of these various enterprise and entities. Where do the youths and students sit for this global?
I'm so glad you asked that.
Let me answer that. Right now, every year at GLS we sponsor students, literally free. You can come. We do online. The last 2 years it was online. This year alone, I know we are sponsoring 50 students from SCA.
Wow.
Galen University. 52.
Wow.
This is free,
from comprehensive.
paid for. The school don't have to come up with the money. And we do this every year. Why? Because if the student can catch the vision of listening, I can be a better person. Yes, I have my academics, but that's not just it. Don't box yourself in. You know, look outside the box. See where, I mean, it's amazing what one speaker can do to your life.
So have you guys been privy to hearing the stories or testimonies coming out of GLS as some sort of a measure to say, yes, not only do I believe that this impacts lives, but I've also seen and heard where it's transforming?
Well, let me answer it this way. So we're like almost 2 weeks away from the event. We only have 40 seats left. And I posted on my Facebook so people know you can't call me and ask me to make a seat because I have not designed the bliss and we're not going to redesign the bliss.
So I can't call you and ask you for save me and
you have to call me now.
You have to make that decision today.
The response.
We can get to it today, April. And Paul.
That's right. The response of the people have blown my mind. Not only have they said, we want the seats, and a lot of them have double, triple the numbers, they've also already paid. They've paid for their tickets. They're serious men. I get the calls, I get the email, it comes in all forms. And so it's just showing you how much people appreciate the experience and what they've learned and their applicability. But sometimes I feel embarrassed because I'm in the public and I'm talking to people about GLS and they look at me like, I know, I've been there. I have to pull back. It's like, And then they start the story. They tell you about the experience.
Yes. But that shouldn't be something to embarrass you. That is exactly what Paul is saying. The results of GLS.
I was in PG.
Yes.
PG.
I was in Punta Gorda. I worked for the Public Utilities Commission as a water specialist, water engineer, and I was down there doing an inspection on the plant. And the supervisor for BWS, we were at the pump station in Forest Home. He was with his 3 other workmen, crew, and he looked at me and said, "Wait, Tatami Salial?" I said, "Yeah, man, it's Salial." GLS? I said, yes, I am a part. Because I go on the stage, he said, "Man," he said, "I was able to attend as a supervisor, not the workmen." He said, "But whenever GLS take a break, and you go for break in the morning or lunch, he takes the material and he goes to his staff. Right, this was what the speaker was sharing, and this is," and like the man said, "Yes, this is one testimonial that I did not record, but just the impact of that one guy, and he took that on his own and he shared it with his work crew. That's a story to be told."
So what is next then? So the summit is about 2 weeks away, and we are
the 4th and the 5th, the 4th and the 5th of November at the Bliss Institute,
and we are thinking of all of these leaders coming in and discussing how you can be better, how you can progress, and so on, right? What is different this year, besides it being in person for the first time in 2 years? What is different?
Okay, what is different this year is what's different every year, April. Let me explain. Let me explain.
It's never the same.
It's a new faculty. I'm so awed at our headquarters because of their ability to harness these people, and they've become a part of our faculty. But it's new people, new content, and like I said, what we do is they do research of industries that's current, because every year it changes. The challenges for this year is different. We're in a post-pandemic era. So we address those issues because that relates to you and me and everybody. Okay, so the content we give every year is pertinent to the season you're in. At the expertise level. You see, so it has to be different every year.
How do these lectures, I don't want to call them lectures, these
presenters,
take what they research and understand and see how they're able to implement it and transform it that it will fit into Belizean context?
Okay, there's 2 parts to that. One is that we get to research what is presented so we can select to be more relevant to the culture. But they speak in terms of generic principles, because corporate is corporate. While 1 or 2 things might be different,
the language is
and we're all people, we all have ambitions to move forward and to grow, and they want tools to do that. And so what they actually do is they give you tools to move from one place to the other. So it's also applicable, right?
That's one of the things I truly appreciate about GLS April, the fact that the principles that are taught are relevant to current issues. And you sit there and you ask yourself, like, how you know how to go through that?
Exactly.
How you know how to deal with that challenge right now? And man, that was an incredible solution. That was an incredible approach to this. And it's so applicable that you could leave the same day and begin to apply. My question is, we're talking about all these international influencers. What about those influencers in Belize? Those persons, those Belizeans that can also add value to the corporate, to the students. Do we seek somehow to integrate some of that knowledge from our Belizean influencers?
Certainly, we're going to have 2 live interviews. We're going to have the commander from the Coast Guard, who is a very highly accomplished individual, and then we're going to have Dr. Martinez, who is the CEO of the Ministry of Economic Development.
We always check.
He was supposed to present last year. He's no normal man. I'm telling you, enough respect. I lift my hat. But last year we did, and this was done by one of our executive members, Ms. Dejan Arzu Torres. She did a segment on women who shine.
It was in Belize.
Listen, the feedback we got, the phone calls, the texts I got after she did that segment was amazing. People were wowed and awed and so appreciative.
Belizean women accomplished.
Exactly. And so we look for those individuals who, in fact, shine. I want to call our segment this year Men Who Shine because, right, Paul, we got to big up the men too.
Of course.
No comment.
April, you guys had your turn last year.
But April, but April, Paul tasted GLS, you know. Paul worked with GLS.
2 years.
2 years. So Paul
the first 2 years, I did stage management for GLS.
Correct.
And the good thing about doing stage manager, I got in free. and,
Y'all need a stage manager?
And I was also able to appreciate the content, every single presenter. And so I definitely encourage people to be a part of it.
So it's going to be 2 days, the 4th and the 5th. How long are the sessions? Or
You
the
know, that's one of my
presentations?
challenges. I put the thing together and every time I'm like, oh man, oh gosh, we need, I was just thinking, Pastor, we need to do GLS for a week.
How many presenters this year?
Because it's going to be 15. I really want it to be 16. I want it to be 20, 30.
But we have a limited time.
It's limited time. So you have to go and pick, oh shoot, I wish I could have added this one. Oh, but the direct answer is it's going to be 15 presenters. It starts at 8. Be there from 7:50, 7:45. We start on time at 8 until 4:30. They're about day 1, day 2, about 4:15.
Okay.
So
and the tickets right now are limited.
For the in-person. Last night we did a tally. Thank God, I'm so glad we did because we didn't want to sell tickets we don't have.
So what's the max capacity of the Bliss?
Right now we can only put like 387 because of the upper floor. They don't have the air conditioning. Only downstairs is working. So.
Up there.
But we have for online, we didn't do the tally. I'm sure right now we have like 150.
So you could join online.
Yes. Yeah, you could join online.
And what are the set prices for that?
The prices are, well, Pastor, you want to?
Right now we have a group rate of $200 per person, which includes snack and a full meal at lunch and then a snack after. And we provide you with a booklet with all the speakers and information, and you also have an app that you can download. You can take, you can read up on each speaker and get additional information, take your notes. So all of that is there. We're going to have free internet for you at the site. So once you reach Bliss, you're locked in. We don't want you to leave. We provide the comfortability that you can't pay for.
Let's say you want to rewatch after you leave. Is there materials available for rewatching?
Yes. And we have also taken a lot of time in bringing in the books. We brought books and people, they sold out.
Books for the artists, presenters.
Yes.
Also, they not
we
have
the
books.
We have
no, they're done. They sold out.
No, not yet. No, I'm talking previous years. For this year, we have books.
So
we have books there.
We have April book. Paul present, we have Paul book.
Nice.
But
you have also individual books for each.
Yes, because these are accomplished speakers.
These are bestsellers, right?
We need to get back to the price. The online.
Well, the online is 190. 100 for the individual, and then the group of 8 and above is $90. But you can also buy the link, and the good thing now is that you can buy for more than 1 year.
Oh wow!
And I'll tell
have
you
the content for more than 1 year.
I'll tell you. I'll be honest. Let me fix my quote on this. Because I believe I have the best library in the country.
Do you?
Yeah, you should see my library.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I stay up 11, 12 at night, and I soak it in.
I have to visit your library.
Yes,
you
please
have to
come.
make
We'll have
your
a
library
feast.
open access.
We'll have a feast, right? We'll have a feast. So you want to have that kind of library if you're a growth-minded individual, you know, who's hungry. We want people who are hungry, and we've seen that. You know, it takes that's one of the traits of somebody who will grow and continue to grow. So you should invest in a good library. I have a great library. And you can have access by buying the links.
But leadership matters, April, and we know this in our country.
Yes.
And we have a lot of younger people now getting into position and getting these position and responsibility. Our country is not equipped to offer these mega universities. We don't have all of these information at your disposal yet, which I mean we are developing. So this is an outlet, this is an avenue, this is a platform where you can start, and once you taste it, it can take you to the next level. Because everybody influence somebody. So the objective of GLS is we want to equip our people to that level of understanding. Listen, I might not be the Prime Minister, but I have a voice.
Right.
I might not be the CEO of Great Belize Product, but I have a voice.
Yeah.
Everybody matters. Every person we value. Right now, the theme for this year is what? Vision.
Voice
your
your
vision.
vision. Yeah.
Voice your vision. You could sit there, Paul, and you have all this idea for Channel 5, but nobody know.
Yeah.
When you're in a meeting and you sit down with your CEO and everybody says, can I just share how I see the show coming and how I want transition? But Paul, where did you get that? What you have, nobody else have. You voice that. And a lot of people, because I am not the CEO, I'm not the manager, I'm not the supervisor, I shut up. Your voice,
So you're providing a
your
level
voice
of
matters.
That's
Your
right.
voice can make a change.
This year's summit,
Voice it.
A lot of the presenters references this Professor Dr. Amy Edmondson. She did a training that we ran that last year, the year before, on how do you create a psychologically safe environment. See, that's where your ideas are going to be tabled, because it takes the environment. So we teach leaders to how to be able to cultivate the environment that is necessary for people to be able to bring their whole selves to the table.
But
This is how you see shiftings.
That goes hand in hand with creating it into the context of Belizean culture, because while we may want to share ideas, especially as young professionals, you have those at the top that don't want to hear your idea.
Right. That's why they need to be at
so
GLS
they need to be at the GLS as well to understand that, right?
We talk to the CEO at the G. We go to the top.
Okay.
Some of them do come, April,
Not just
but
listen,
sad
but
to
actually
say,
take it into
sad to say,
consideration.
sad to say, a lot of them don't come. But
Well, the thing is this, that because we're only 5 years, we have a strategy to reach out to every HR manager, every board chair, because that's critical. Board chair, if you're on a board and you're listening, your board needs to be there so you can appreciate how boards are really supposed to be structured, because they are critical in decision making. Very, very critical.
Yeah.
You know, HR managers who lead their teams. If you're the boss, you need to make sure your HR manager is there and some of their staff. And we do see that from a lot of the organizations. But those are some of the long-term goals we have to continue to build relationships and the momentum in connecting with those people.
Well, you asked how much time we have. Not enough, apparently. But gentlemen, thank you both so much. The Global Leadership Summit is November 4th to the 5th at the Bliss Institute, and it's going to be from 8, no Belize time, 8 a.m. sharp till 4:30.
Let's say 4:30, just to be safe.
Just to be safe, 4:30. And so get your tickets now. Where can they get their tickets?
You could go online, www.globalleadership.org.
Okay.
You can find your ticket and how to pay everything. It's very user-friendly.
I could pay online, I could pay, okay.
DigiWallet, online. You could call us. There's information to reach us.
You just tell me I couldn't call you.
No, you said no call up next seat.
After the 4 tickets are gone.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you both so much for coming in. We wish you all the best of luck. Join in. It should be a wonderful experience. And with that, we're going to take our final break and we'll be back for wrap up. So stay tuned.
Everyone, including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
Messi! Off goal! What a goal from Leo Messi! What an incredible strike from Leo Messi! Neymar and Messi standing over this. Messi! Off goal! What a goal from Leo
Great entertainment stays with you, and we bring you great entertainment. Next Gen, the ultimate digital experience.
will be there. Thank you so much.
Why are you so excited?
Let me tell you a secret. I just got off the phone with Santa.
Hi, Santa. For Christmas, I want a pea shooter, a football. iPhone and a makeup for Christmas.
Oh, come on. 1 second.
We just learned that Santa's phone number has just been revealed. The number is 227-7132.
I'm sorry, Dad. I shared Santa's phone number.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 9 Caribbean Media Awards for 2021. Best Investigative Report, Best News Item, Best Coverage of People with Disabilities, Best Financial Literacy Journalism, Best Videographer, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with 2 special mentions for Financial Literacy Journalism.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
And we are back just like that. Our morning show has come to a close. And we got to wrap up because apart from hosting the morning
we
show,
have jobs,
we have day jobs, you know. But of course, we want to thank all of our guests for coming in this morning and having these rich, educated conversations with us and with you, our viewers. This show could not be possible without our viewers. So we want to thank you so much for tuning in this morning. We want to also extend to you all, if you have a birthday shout out or a question or a concern, you can always drop us a line right here at oie@channel5belize.com. You can also catch our live stream on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BC and our highlights on Instagram at OYE Belize. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I will see you again tomorrow when you open your eyes
and start your morning right.
Be sure to keep your eyes, your minds,
and your hearts open.
Have a wonderful and safe day, Belize. Keep your jacket on and be a cool one. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.